next, my other student, Jose, he's going to come up. He's going to be our anchor leg on the relay team. Our anchor leg is going to show you guys a spice blend. So far, you've learned how to make the dressing. You learn how to make a dressing. You learn how you sweat your onions. And when we did the barbecue sauce, it's something I failed to mention. When we did the barbecue sauce, and I was telling you guys that we were sweating the onions. I said, when you sweat the onions, you don't want any color, but you want to release the flavor and the aroma. Anybody know why you add the onions into the pan first? The reason why your recipes, you'll see all your recipes, they tell you add the oil and add the onions first. The reason why they tell you to add the onion first is because the onions actually release their flavor into the pan. So if you cook the onions first, everything that you cook in that pan will taste like what? Tastes like onions. If you wait to add them, you're not going to pick up much of the flavor of the onions. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to condition our grill. You can do this on various types of grills. I brought another grill in, a lot of people have at home, which is a heavyweight champion George Foreman. A lot of people got George Foreman grills at home, so that's actually pretty good to do a lot of your skewers. I use the George Foreman grill because it drops the fat down into the pan. And give you an alternative to using your other barbecue grill at home. You can use an outside grill, you can use the George Foreman grill, or you can use one of your flat top grills. We're going to use the flat top grill to show you guys how to do the skewers on that one. But if you choose to, you can do this one, or you can use your grill outside or whatever it is, or you can use one of the range tops. Those cast iron that you put on top of your flame and then has the grill marks on it, and you can actually use that for your skewers too. You have to be really careful because sometimes they smoke up really bad. Cast iron retains a lot of heat, so to smoke up and then set off your smoke alarm, and then the next fire department coming, you only did 2 skewers. You still got 15 more to cook. To keep it healthy for people with high blood pressure, it has absolutely no what in it. No salt. It has no salt. So what we're doing is we're designing each one. The barbecue sauce that we demonstrate to you guys was designed for people who are diabetic, who have trouble with their blood sugar. The potato salad was designed for people who have trouble with their cholesterol. And now the spice blend that we're going to do is designed for people who have what? High blood pressure. High blood pressure. Okay. And what I'm doing now, like I said, I'm conditioning the grill. Everybody remember what I was telling you what conditioning was. We don't have anything in here when we condition the grill. I'm trying to make sure I don't turn it up too high because it's been a couple of years since I used this grill, so it may flare up all the St. Louis Avenue and take the stratosphere with us. Okay. So what he's going to add in now is the paprika. Just pour it right in. And you can change these ingredients up. Now, if you got different spices at home you want to add, if you want to add a Latin flair to it, you can add more Latin spices to it. You want to add an Italian flair to it, you can add more Italian. You want to add Brazilian or different things like that. You can add different ones. This is just a basic barbecue spice. Yes, ma'am, ground cumin. All right. I just learned a new word. Okay. Then we're going to add in the dry mustard. We're going to add in, I'm sorry, got the sugar substitute. We're going to add that in.
La sustituto de azúcar.
And you can use Splenda, you can use stevia, any other ones that you. Sometimes, a lot of times you want to make a wet rub. Sometimes I would actually use honey as an unrefined sugar. You're going to add in the dry mustard. Then the dry thyme.
Tomillo. Yeah, tomillo.
Did I catch you off guard on that when you said? I caught you off guard on that.
Hold on.
That's okay. Then we add the dried oregano.
I cook a lot, that's why.
That's okay.
Oregano, seco, no fresco.
And then we're going to add in a touch of our cayenne pepper.
Y un poco de pimienta de cayena.
Okay, now he's going to mix that up. There you go. I almost have to stir like you love your food. Love your food.
Yeah. So what about I don't have the whisk?
You can use your hand. A lot of times, if you don't have a whisk, come right in here, mix it right up. A lot of times at home, I do it myself with my hand, because that way I can feel that it's much more blended in. We use the whisk more for demonstration for you guys, but When we made the blend in the classroom, we were using our what? We were using our hands. Now, what he's going to demonstrate for you guys is the skewers. Remember I told you guys that we used the chicken breast? And what we did was, we took the chicken breast, and you guys know how the chicken breast is shaped. We took the chicken breast and we cut it lengthwise, the shape of it. That way it can fit on the skewer almost like an S, like a snake. So what he's going to do, he's going to demonstrate to you guys, and he's going to make 2 of the skewers. Give you guys a tip. Whenever you use any wooden skewers to actually do a barbecue, you're going to have to soak them. You have to soak them in water. That way it saturates some of the wood. Because if you don't soak this thing in water, and you put it in, and then you turn your grill on super high at that, and then soak the skewers, and you throw it on the grill, it's catching on fire, and the wood, the skewer disappearing, all your meat just hit the grill. And you burned up the skewer. I'm going to demonstrate the first one, and Jose's going to demonstrate the second. And like I said, it's up to you what vegetable you use. I like the cherry tomatoes, and sometimes I throw zucchini, squash, bell peppers, red peppers, green peppers. You can get as creative as you want. But stay away from some of the harder vegetables. You know, you don't want to put pumpkin or nothing like that on there. And then that thing cook in 2 minutes, and then all your teeth, you know, you're missing all your front teeth because you bit into that hard pumpkin. You're going to add on the onion. And now, we're going to add on the chicken. Remember I told you guys you want to add on the chicken lengthwise so it looks like it's long. You don't want to add the chicken on and what's hanging off and sagging over like that. So what we're going to do, we're going to add the chicken on, and we're going to add it lengthwise, almost like in an S motion. So if I do it like this, it's hanging in. Then you serve this to your guests. I don't even know if the kids even eat that one.
Por eso lo cortó también en tiras gruesas de manera que pudiera
And if you
insertar
got,
de
you
esa
go a little bit
forma.
more right there. Almost kind of like a cobra. Scare all the kids in the barbecue. Then you take your bell pepper, and you can put it in any order you want, and then we'll close it out with the cherry pepper. And what I did also, you guys notice, is I left a little space. And the reason why I left a little space, if you don't leave a little space, you can't get it off the grill. So I left a little space, and like I said, if you wanted to, you can go zucchini, yellow squash, bell peppers, red peppers, green peppers, even green onions. A lot of times you can do green onions, but if I do the green onions, I do them lengthwise, and then put them down like that. Does that make sense? And what you want to do also, and do the second one, is you want to marinate it. I'd estimate about maybe 30 minutes to marinate. You season it up and marinate. If you want to make this more of a wet marinade, just take a little bit of the oil and mix it into the spice blend, and then actually brush it on your product. So Jose's going to make the second one, and then we're going to show you guys how to grill it off. And like I say, you can use your grill outside. If you want to make a bigger one, you can buy bigger skewers, and that's where you can fit more different types of vegetables. You can separate them too. You can also have all chicken on one skewer and then all vegetables on another skewer. Does that make sense? Because sometimes some people don't like to mix the two of them together. You can do beef, you can do pork, all different things. You can do chicken, as long as you do products that cook the same. Like I said, don't do a piece of a chuck roast on a chicken breast. And the chuck roast is going to take 4 hours, and the chicken breast is going to take 4 minutes. And the chicken breast burned up and everything else burned up, and the chuck roast still raw, or still tough. Okay, everybody see it. Let's season it up. It's going to season it up, and then what we're going to do is we're going to brush our skewer with a little bit of the oil. You don't necessarily have to brush it. Like I said, you can actually we're going to do both of them. Sometimes I season my grill. Okay, take a little bit of the oil and brush it right on the skewer. There you go. You can use your brush if you want to. Yeah. Since we brought the brush here anyway, how about we use it? How about we utilize that brush we brought in? Okay, here we go. Okay, so it's holding up pretty good. Okay, maybe I should have turned it on. It did the opposite of what I thought it was going to do. We're going to get us a nice sear on here, and we're going to let that cook for a little while. Anybody know what I mean when I say sear? Anytime you cook any product, if you grill or barbecue anything, You get that nice brown crust on the outside. That's what's called searing. What we should have done, which it's doing it now, but maybe I turned it up a little bit more, and then when it hit the pan, it sears up. And searing actually gives it more flavor. Gives it more of a, if it's chicken, gives it more of a chicken flavor, gives it more of a beefy flavor. And one of the theories about searing is it actually seals in the juices. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but it actually gives you that nice crust on the outside. So when you bite into that steak, it's got that nice crust on the outside, and it's got that nice moist inside. It kept everything moist.
I have to have a certain temperature to...
This, we set this in at about 350 because this is a flat top. But a lot of times on your barbecue grill outside, it's hard to control that particular, so you have to find certain hot spots. You're gonna sear, find the hottest spot on that grill, sear on that hot spot, then find a little cooler spot to actually finish cooking it on. You don't wanna keep cooking it on that hot spot because what's gonna happen is it's gonna be burned on the outside and raw on the inside. I wanna get a nice sear crust on the outside of it, then I'm gonna move it over to a little bit more cooler spot and let it continue to cook. And sometimes I have like a third spot. Those are what's called zones. Anytime you grill any type of food, you're gonna have 3 zones on the grill. One is gonna be your hot zone, that's for searing your product. One is for your medium zone for cooking your product. And one's for your cooler zone to actually hold the product until everybody's ready to eat. Now look at the color that we got. If you guys wanna come up a little bit, sign up, I want you guys come up and take a look at our sear. It's okay to come up. We down to the last chicken, so there's no point of being shy now. I've been talking for like 2 hours. But look at the sear on the tomato as well. See it? Now we have to make sure that we got the nice sear, and I turn it down. Because anybody notice that it's starting to do what? It's starting to smoke. So pretty soon the smoke alarm start going off. So we'll turn it down and we'll move it to the cooler zone. And if you wanted to avoid the smoke, you can use heavyweight champion George Foreman. But the thing about the George Foreman grill is sometimes it comes down on it and it actually smashes the tomato. So what we're going to do, we're going to let this cook for a little while, and then we're going to start setting up some plates for you guys so you guys can taste. And what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to taste some of the stuff, and you'll see that even though if you were diagnosed as diabetic or high blood pressure, that you don't have to, eat bland food. You don't have to be afraid to eat anything. Because I noticed that a lot of people, when they're first diagnosed with diabetes, they're scared to eat food. No, you don't have to be afraid. I'm diabetic for years, and I'm going to eat what I want to eat, but at the same time, I'm going to make it healthier for me. Does that make sense?
She wanted juicy.
I want it juicy. A lot of times, just marinate in the oil and then the seasonings. I wouldn't put any like citric and any acid in there because it actually start making your chicken too mushy. So a lot of times, get your oil, kind of like the spice blend we have here, and then mix it with some oil, and then toss your chicken in and let it sit overnight.